Good morning all. On behalf of the Bombay Bar Association, Advocates Association of Western India, and the Bombay Incorporated Law Society, I welcome you all to today's webinar, which has been organized by all the High Court Bar Association for the purposes of a presentation on the present norms of e-filing, SOP version 1. We have with us members of the Registry of the Hon'ble Bombay High Court and Mr. Yashwant Goswami, Coordinator of CIS for the Bombay High Court, who will, in the course of this presentation, indicate various factors for the modalities of the e-filing norms. This will be followed by a question and answer session. We request all the participants to put their questions in the chat so that they will be put before Mr. Goswami. We will be preparing a list of all questions in any event, but this is how we'll go about it. May I now request Mr. Goswami, who is here with us, to begin with his presentation. And this will be followed by question and answer session. Mr. Goswami. If you can just unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir. Mr. Goswami, before you begin, if I may only point out that session is being recorded. We are also trying to stream it live on YouTube. So either it will be live streamed or the session which will be recorded on our WebEx will be uploaded and streamed subsequently. One of the two will take place. May I now give the floor to Mr. Goswami. Sir, please continue. Thank you so much.
A very good morning to you all, the learned members of the bar associations. As we know, the lawyers in 30s may not know what is disruption, but we people in 40s are aware what disruption is, because when we wish to book a reservation for a rail journey, we used to stand in queue early in the morning, and then we used to have a reservation. When we want to withdraw some money from the banks, then we used to have some brass badges and we have to wait in the banks, and then we used to withdraw the money. The cashier used to call the badge number and we used to go before the counters. And by the passage of time, the system changed. Now we do online reservations and we do online banking. So the system had changed. The people in the system have upskilled themselves. People in the system have reskilled themselves. As a result, now as a beneficiary, we are happy to take those services. Now it's our time that we reskill and upskill ourselves so that the beneficiaries can take benefits of this new disruption, in the sense that new services which can be provided through information technology. As you are aware, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Okay. So this is a login screen of an advocate on the e-filing portal. But before doing this, if some advocate has not registered himself or registered herself, in that case, there are certain processes to be followed. You know the official site of the High Court of Bombay. Here, you get advocate registration link. We have provided certain automation here. As a result, if I say 154 of 2006 and enter my date of birth, in that case, it should give me all the result. Why this was necessary for High Court of Bombay? Because earlier, multiple advocates have registered multiple times. As a result, we need to take cleanup operation. So, in IT related services, your unique identity is very necessary. If you have multiple numbers, if you have multiple mail addresses, in that case, your unique identity cannot be freezed, cannot be stored in the system, and the system cannot find you uniquely to provide the services, maybe serving a process, maybe intimating you that your case is listed on so and so date. So for these reasons, we need to verify your identity before registration. This automate facility is provided. What this facility does, this facility automatically fetches data from the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa and verifies your identity as an advocate. Once here, what you have to do, you have to register yourself, verify your mobile number, verify your email address, and then the system automatically registers you as an advocate in the case information system. You can see that there is a firm registration as well. And it says that before registering yourself as a firm, you need to be registered as an advocate. So which firms can be registered? The firms which are already registered with Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, we have kept that data with us as provided by Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, and then we allow the registration of firm. Once you are registered here, then the system replicates data to the e-filing portal, and we come here. I may log out for a moment. This is the portal where you can register yourself for e-filing. This is a one-time registration. Once you have verified your mobile number and email address through the link provided on the official website of High Court of Bombay, after 3 hours, you can register here so that the data reaches from the staging server to Delhi, and then you will be able to register here. This is a one-time registration and it's quite easy. Here you will find that there is a new user. Party in person can register, advocate can register. There are persons, there are learned advocates who have registered themselves previously, maybe 6 months back, maybe 8 months back, and they were registered either with the Court of Small Causes or with the City Civil Court or any other court in Mumbai. If those advocates now try to register, the system may say record not found. And many advocates approached us that their record is not found when they tried to register themselves. And the commonality in their grievance was that they were already registered before the district courts and now they are not able to register for the High Court. For such people, they can use this option, forgot user ID, and then they will be able to catch up with the registration for the High Court of Bombay as well. So we will see what is advocate registration. Here you will have to enter your mobile number, the very mobile number which is verified on the official website, email ID, the same email ID which is registered on the official website of High Court of Bombay, and your bar enrollment number. Many a times what grievances we heard is that the system is not responding. Just keep your attention here. Many advocates, instead of using this slash, they are using hyphen. As a result, they were getting errors. So please remember that the pattern of using this bar enrollment number is shown, and for the firms, the pattern is shown here. So here you will get where you are practicing, and many advocates say that we are practicing at all the establishments, say original side, appellate side, and Nagpur bench and Aurangabad bench as well. Do not worry. Just select any primary establishment and automatically you will be provided access to all four. The rest of the registration is simple. You have to upload your photograph and you have to comply all the details which are asked for, and your registration will be complete without human intervention. Do not forget to upload the documents which are asked for in the registration process. So now we will go to the dashboard. This is my registration for the purpose of demonstration. I have logged in. So what does this dashboard informs?
Sir, sorry to interject, but if you're intending to share the screen,
Yes.
that is not seen yet. We can see you, but dashboard, if you want to share screen, we can't see it yet.
Okay.
We can see it now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So this is the dashboard, and now as you can see, there are two portions of the dashboard. One is this portion and the another is this portion. A simple thing to remember, that so long as your case is not registered, this portion will inform all the details. The moment your case is registered and given registration number, this is the place you can go for. So as simple as that, e-file case status after acceptance by the court and e-file case status before acceptance by the court. Draft is something where you have prepared, say up to uploading you have come, then it is stored as draft. Once you have submitted something and which is pending for the approval of the court, it is shown in pending approval. If the court has marked certain preliminary objections and then those are pending for compliance at the end of the learned advocate, in that case, it is marked for compliance. This is pending scrutiny. That is the official scrutiny which you get notification on the email and SMS notification, where then petitions are marked defective, rejected, etc. And here, when you file cases, the number of cases which you have successfully filed, documents which you have successfully filed, interim applications, deficit court fees, and caveats. So this is all about dashboard. Say I click drafts and automatically I get this screen. This is e-filing number, which is generated automatically the moment you complete petitioner information and save it. Details are here and we can view it. This is for draft. Just remember that if you keep the draft for 30 days, automatically it would get trashed. So just for your information that you can keep the draft for a period of 30 days, and if within 30 days it is not taken to its logical end or there is no improvement, in that case the draft will automatically go to trash. This you should know, therefore. Now we will go to dashboard again. Here, this is home. This is e-file. The moment we click e-file, a horizontal panel, gray in color, beneath the blue panel appears, and it tells us about new case, miscellaneous docs, interim applications, deficit court fees, and caveat. Say we wish to go for new case. Previously, there was a query from one learned advocate who had so many cases of similar nature, and he was asking that I have to file, say, 100 cases, and whether I have to fill in the same data every time. That was his query. So please remember this. You click this and just put in the e-filing number, and automatically the data of the previous e-file number will be copied and your huge work of data entry would be saved. Just you have to upload the file and go ahead. That's it. Before we start e-filing a case, it is desirable, or rather it is necessary, that certain basic things about the PDF file are brought to your kind attention. The PDF file, say we measure milk as a liter or water in liters, weight in kgs. Similarly, a PDF file is measured in DPI, that is dots per inches. 300 DPI is a standard set by the Honorable E Committee, Supreme Court of India, in its standard operating procedure. Normally, for viewing purposes, if you Google it, you may find that somebody had set it at 150, somebody had set it at 200. And for viewing purposes, 150 to 200 is quite a good standard. However, from preservation perspective, 300 DPI is necessary. So, whenever you are filing any PDF document, it's a request that please comply with the PDF standards. Now, I will try to share some other things. I'm trying to share. Just a second. I will have to cancel the existing shared thing. This is, may I ask somebody whether the shared PDF application is visible on the screen?
Sir, what we see is the High Court website.
Okay.
Now we can see the screen with PDF documents.
Yes. Yes. Say this is a PDF document. Now, this is quite a standard application for handling PDF documents. Just remember that while you have to e-file a case, mostly it happens that we type a document, we print it out, then we annex annexures, and after appending annexures, we create a complete file and then we give it to scanning. This is normally what we do. But the better way to do is to export the PDF file, export the Word document into PDF. Why is it necessary? Because many a times the scanned pages may not have the clarity as it is expected. Number two, every scanned file may not be OCR enabled. What is OCR? OCR is optical character recognition. In other words, if computer could read the text within the PDF file, it means that it is OCR enabled. So when you go to any Word document, after completing the Word document, there is a export facility, and in export facility there is a button called PDF/A standard. PDF/A standard. And if you read SOP, you will find that the PDF/A standard is mentioned in our interim SOP. So why, if you export the document, what benefits are there? First and foremost is you will save the entire cost of scanning. Number one. Number two, document which is exported in PDF is by default OCR enabled, and you need not have to re-OCR it. So this is additional advantage. Number three, if suppose there are any objections and those objections are to be complied, you can again edit the document and you can immediately export the document into PDF, so that your next cost of getting the document scanned is again saved. So it is necessary that export to PDF is used extensively, and we have tools which can handle the PDF documents in a better way. Now we will go to one by one. I shall open a file where I can show you. So this is a record and proceedings which is scanned, and you will find that when I click it, I am able to copy it or I am able to click it. It means that this is OCR enabled document. A document which is not OCR enabled, you will not be able to select any of the text. It is not possible to select any of the text. This is a simple test to determine whether a file is OCR enabled or otherwise. I am using one product where PDF manipulation is provided. Here, the most common problem of the advocates is annexures are typed separately, petition is typed separately. There are certain annexures which can be straight away scanned and annexed, and there are certain annexures which need to be typed and then annexed. So for such cases, just see here, a combine files is an option which gives you an opportunity to keep all the documents in order. So I click to add files. Say I added this first, then second, then third, maybe then this is fourth. As you can see that 4 documents are visible, and I can move if required, and I can delete if required. And here there is a combine button. And the file will get combined. If the file has certain issues, as we saw, in that case, we have different tools here which can be used for flattening the file. Now, what is the flattening file? Some PDF documents, it is possible that clients send you through mails. In some of the PDF documents, there may be form fields. Form fields in a PDF document are generally where you fill in the information directly in a PDF documents. Such PDF document may create problems at the time of combining or at the time of uploading. So here there is a facility of flattening the file in the tools. And you can flatten the file using these tools. In our case, it was a challan and it was an encrypted document. Therefore, it gave us problem. However, if we have a normal kind of files, you will not see any error and the files can be easily combined. That's it. So now I have opened a view which is visible and the documents can be read on the screen. So combining file can be easily achieved using various tools. I have a digital token purchased of my own from a certified authority under IT Act. There are many certified authorities. At present, my digital token is annexed to my computer and I simply click here on the certificate. I click on the certificate, say I wish to sign here. I click on digitally sign. It asks me, then I mark the portion Yes, it's saved. Okay. I'm taking a document. It appears that it is already signed. So I'm taking a document. Huh? This is also already signed. Let me find one document which is not signed. Okay. File open. Yes, this document is not signed. Now I have clicked on certificates. I have clicked digitally sign. I clicked OK. Then I clicked on the then I used to click on the portion it says me to review. I said OK. Then I clicked sign. It asks me to save the document before signing. And it asks me PIN. Now I am entering PIN. Please remember that do not disclose your PIN, because the moment you disclose PIN, anybody can sign using your token. Now you will see that on the document, certified by Yashwant Ananda Goswami, Bombay High Court, certificate issued by Safe Script Sub CA RCI Class 3 2014. And this certificate can also be viewed here, and this certificate shows all the details. Valid, it says that valid certified document has not been modified, signing time, signature details, and it shows everything. So this is what we saw was combining PDF file, how to sign a PDF file, how to export a PDF file, and these tools will help you before you go for uploading any documents, how to prepare PDF files. There is a tool for scanning an OCR as well. I will open the same file again. This tool says scan and OCR. Here in the you can, this is a scan document. Just I will explain. I said only text recognize the current page so that our time is saved. So I am asking it to OCR the current page only. And it has started the process. At the bottom, you will find that the process is running and it has completely OCR the page. As a result, now, what is the advantage of this? Advantage is now we can search the document. If I say small, it can find wherever the word small is there. So this is how it works. And you have tool to scan an OCR. You have tool to organize the files. Now, there is one more feature. Please remember this feature, Bates numbering. Bates numbering is a feature which will number your pages, maybe 1,000, maybe 500 within some seconds. I said add Bates numbering. The file is this, which is presently open before you. And I wish that the pagination should appear here. and there is a page range option. Sometimes we have to start from after synopsis. Take a case that we have to start from page number 5. I said okay, and when I go to page number 5, here you will see that now, because I will make it rather conspicuous. Now you can see that from page number 1 to page number 856, I said okay. And now let us check it out. This is our page number 5, and you will see page number 1, page number 2. Now let us go to bottom. Page number 731. Now you must have seen what an additional advantage, because your registered clerk must have spent at least 1 hour just in pagination, and I have done it in some seconds. It can be edited. It can be removed if you have made any mistakes. It can be removed. It can be edited. And it is easy for you because you can determine the place, size, location, and it will not make mistakes. So Bates numbering is very useful thing. The only care which we have to take is do not add dockets in between. Number 1, do not add blank pages in between. The presentation forms, dockets, blank pages need not be added. Therefore, otherwise what will happen? Pagination will change. Therefore, these little things to do, if remembered, you can seamlessly go through the process. So these are certain important features. There are many features, but today we are concentrating more on e-filing. It was necessary for me to take you through this. Hence, now I shall take you again through the portal. This is the portal where we were. Again, I am entering the CAPTCHA. There was an error because my screen was static for so much time. Therefore, computer ensures that any other person should not log in. So I have logged in. So what we saw, how to prepare a PDF file. We examined the dashboard of the e-filing. Now we are moving towards e-filing. New case I wish to file. We have seen that copy data from previous e-filing number is possible. N number of cases till the date you have filed, all those are available for you to copy the data. Now, what is my quotes? the computer automatically remembers the courts in which you regularly file the cases. Those are my courts. Otherwise, you can always select that if I want to select principal bench appellate side, and I click submit. So this is the first screen for new filing a case, and it asks me, we are on the petitioner tab. Before you go ahead, please remember these things. What is active? What is done? What is optional? Orange color is optional and red color is required. Please remember these things. So party is individual or organization. The moment I say organization and I select State of Maharashtra or State Bank of India, whatever. Suppose you searched, say, I wish to see New India Insurance. It is there. But I wish to search for an organization, PNB Bank. It's not there. So what shall I do? I shall mention Punjab not in the list. Then I shall mention Punjab National Bank. So this is the way you can do. If I select individual, I may say Ram Sham Lele. His address is something Fort Thane Marg Fort. My state is Maharashtra. My district is Mumbai. And relation name is important. It is relation of this party. Say, if I say father, then I will have to write name of my father. If I say spouse, then I will have to name the name of the spouse. So here I am writing Sham Lele. Date of birth, if you know, it's well and good. If not, then simply mention whatever age you know. Gender, email, mobile, whatever, 6598. Why does police station is necessary? In those cases where process is required to be served through police in a civil case, in such cases police station is there. Otherwise it is not necessary to be filled in. Just observe the screen now. I click save and this number has appeared here. The moment petitioner information is complete, e-filing number gets generated. And it automatically creates history of the e-filing number, new case, when it was active from, etc. Wherever we are, the tab gets highlighted like this, active. This is active tab. Now I say next and respondent tab gets highlighted. So Shivaji Abba Zadhav. Say Dhobi Talao. If your respondent is from other state, then it is possible for you to select, say, Rajasthan, say, I wish to see Jaipur or Jaisalmer, whatever may be the case. You may not know the email ID or mobile number, and therefore we are simply saving it, and it says that relation field is required. So I'm selecting father and I'm selecting Abbas Zadhav and I'm saving it. These are certain extra information. As you must have seen that 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 are all in orange, and orange means optional. So I can proceed. What is extra party? Petitioner 1 and 2 are first respondent, first petitioner, whereas rest of the information now I can fill, I can start, and then I can click next, and then I can click respondent, enter one, then next, then next. It is possible to enter any number. Sometimes what happens that in the cause list of the impugn order, you receive information about, say, plaintiff 1.3 or defendant 1.7. In such cases, you require information relating to legal representatives so that you are filing exactly as per the cause title of the impugn order. Therefore, this legal representatives field is given. And these are case details which you can about the impugn order. Now, what case you wish to file? Say, no, we will take appeal. Now I have taken second appeal. Whether the matter is under 138, no. Whether the matter is urgent or ordinary, I said ordinary. Then my matter type is appeal. To be listed before single, division or full bench, I said it is to be listed before single bench. Whatever cause of action, etc., if those informations are available with you. Say I said Maharashtra and then district is Mumbai. Here, reliefs claimed, you can paste the relief, because while preparing the processes, this information is quite crucial and staff can use the reliefs claimed option right from the information provided by the learned advocates. So just please remember this relief claimed, valuation of the subject matter. This is a screen. If it is filled in correctly and fully, you will have the least objections after filing of the case. Because this is the area where generally staff raises an objection and you have to comply it, and ultimately you have to rush for an appointment, then maybe there is a time, then maybe slot is not available. So instead of that, you can fill in the information right at the first point of time, and then the information becomes available to the staff member and your job becomes easy. You need not have to rush back to comply the subsequent compliances. Now we are in the Act section. Why Act section is important? You must have seen that the Honorable the Chief Justice publishes roster, and it is mentioned that matters under so and so Bombay Municipal Corporation Act or matters under so and so Act will be listed before the so and so Honorable Court. In such cases, if your Act section information is correctly fed, you will not have to meet somebody that your case is not listed, because automatically the case information system identifies your case and automatically sends it to that honorable court. So do not consider that this is not necessary information, so you can simply fill in constitution, or you can simply fill in code of civil procedure or criminal procedure, and that's it. Mostly we find that CPC and CRPCs are most favorite entries, but that does not tell us whether what is the type of the case, under which category the case is covered. So you are the person with lot of experience. You know how the cases are assigned to the roster, and therefore what act sections are important. Say, I say Representation to People Act. Maybe I say section 98. I say add more. I said narcotics, and here the information is, I said section is important, and you can give 45, 65, 35. See, all prohibitory orders are also here. Rules, all rules are here. We have made an honest endeavor that all acts and all rules which are in force are, are provided for your search, and those are available here. The moment you select rule, it becomes rule number. You can delete if any unwanted entry is there, and you can save, and you can click next. Here we are. While filing, say, anything in the main matter, you can select CNR number. You can select case number as well. And you must have seen automatically it has searched the case of main matter. I have just entered case number, second appeal number 121 of 2020, and it has fetched the information Sitaram Genu Lavarde versus Bandu Kisan Mengde. The case second appeal number is this, CNR number is this. So in main matter details, you have to fill in. Then there is a provision. You can directly enter CNR number, you can enter case number, or you can enter e-filing number. Now I was talking for so much time. As a result, my session got out, and where we are, I have all the act section information. So again, I shall go to appellate side. I shall select case number. I shall select second appeal. Here the subordinate court information comes. Now this is subordinate court, whether it's a first appellate court or trial court information. Remember that this information is not only important for the registry, but it is equally important for the advocates as well, because this information continuously will appear in your login, and you can anytime verify. Say, I'm examining. Civil appeal. I can mention the case number, say 121/2020. I'm using the same again. You can enter the judge name, ABC, and you can see. Again, you can enter trial court information if required. If it's a criminal case, then you can enter police station. If it's a motor accident claim petition, you can enter MVC case details, insurance details, license details, vehicles details. If it's a 138 case, this is available. Now we are at upload documents. This is very important section. The first and foremost, give title that second appeal RAM 1. I have chosen file. I have selected upload. My file is uploaded. It is of 21 pages. And this is the hash value of the document. Every document uploaded on the e-filing portal, hash value is stored, and it is preserved for future authenticity purposes. Suppose, take a case that you have not combined the file into one. Then what are the options to you? Say I have uploaded petition. Now I wish to upload the annexure. I mentioned annexure 1. I upload. Then I again went. I mentioned annexure 2. Choose a file. I open. I upload. So now I can move to next. All the 3 files are there, which are there. So this is second appeal. Say I mentioned from 1 to 1. Say, let us say from 1 to 4, there is a synopsis. I mention add. Now you will find that there is entry of 1 to 4 wherein synopsis is mentioned, say 1 to 4, and if required I can delete it and again do it. Now you will find that automatically page number 5 is captured here. So I mentioned appeal memo, say 5 to 16, and I add. Then I mentioned 71. Here I mention annexure A and 71 to 21. And then I have to select annexure 1. Then I'm annexing here annexure 2, page number 1 to 2, add, and finally I am annexing affidavit or wakalatnama must be there. So I am annexing wakalatnama, and this is from page number 1 to 2, add, and finally I am annexing maybe affidavit or something from page number 3 to 3. So this is how we have done it. If required, we can remove any page. If everything is in order, you have to move next. And there are two modes. One is pay court fees online, where you have to simply click memo fee and enter the amount, and automatically it will take you to the GRAS. Please be cautious while selecting establishments, because if wrong establishment is chosen, you may have to rush for refund of court fees and probably then refund certificate and then refund. That will create numerous iterations. To avoid that, please be careful while selecting department. When it comes to offline, if you have a challan, you can simply select challan and go ahead. Here challan is mode, here check DD or e-challan is there. You can also, in any case, suppose you have an old petition, you have already purchased a court fee. In that case, you can scan the petition along with the court fees, and you can tender the actual court fee stamps at the counter so that those can be punched. But this is an exceptional recourse if you have already purchased it. Otherwise, e-challan and the other offline modes which are mentioned here can be used. Here party needs to be selected. It automatically selects petitioner number 1, and if I mention say 1000 rupees, it will automatically take me to payment on the GRAS. As you have seen, it has taken me, it asks me to give the mobile number. I wish to come back, and status can be updated after so and so. Now fee amount is 1000, status is pending. Here we have come to affirmation. As we have seen, if you have already, you have your token, then just save this file and sign this file. That's it, you are done. If not, then the another mode is You can e-sign using Aadhaar based signature. And the third mode is mobile OTP. So I click get the code. I will get the code, and once you receive, I have, as I am in chamber, not getting the code, but generally I have sent my mobile outside so that the code comes the moment network is reached. Otherwise, this is the way. These are the three modes of online payments. And these are the three modes of signing affirmation. Now, what I shall do, I shall sign using my token. I say file, I say open, and I know that at download, I have downloaded the this is my downloaded copy. So I will open it and I shall sign it for you so that you know what is the procedure. I said open with my application, and it is, I said certificates, and I have to sign it. I said I wish to sign it here. Then it asks me, then I click, then I sign. I have to enter my PIN. I have entered my PIN. I said OK. And you will find that now it is digitally signed. I can upload it now on the portal here. Choose a file, and yes, this certificate is submitted. This click is received. I click next. Check all the things, whether everything is in order. And finally, once everything is clear, you can finally submit. I am not submitting it because I am doing it on the live database of e-filing. So now we have done everything. All the process is complete. Now finally, on your registered mail ID, you will receive a copy of the link where you can actually see what are your objections, which are marked in color or marked with certain annotations on actual PDF file, and you can remove those objections. There are two ways. Number one is, if your pagination changes, suppose you want to replace certain cases, certain pages as objection is raised by the office. As a result of such replacement, certain pages change. So in that case, your pagination changes. You may have to uh, resubmit the case by entire compilation if the pagination changes. However, if you have to replace only two documents with two documents, you can use miscellaneous documents, and in the title of document, you can mention select miscellaneous document as the category, and in the title of the document, you can straight away write a replacement to page 72-73. And that way, you can only file 2 pages which are objected by the registry. Ensure that all the PDF standards are maintained, and you may find that some scanning exercise is relatively cheaper than other. Please ensure whether it is OCR enabled. Please ensure whether the scanning is clear. Please ensure whether the resolution is maintained. As I already said, DPI standards are important and those need to be maintained. Till the date, we were using green paper and we are complying with it. So DPI is something like green paper, as we have to preserve this digital data, because High Court is a court of record and it has to preserve the digital data. Therefore, 300 DPI needs to be adhered to. So this is in short about e-filing and arranging PDF documents. So I close my submission here, and I sincerely hope that I have made honest endeavor to share some of the details which I know a little.
Thank you so much, Mr. Goswami. It was really helpful for all of us. You've given sessions and presentations earlier. I may only state that probably we'll trouble you a bit more and request you to come for further sessions as well. And hopefully physically, if we can have an interface, that will really be great. Ultimately, for all advocates, solicitors, advocates on the records, and our registered clerks who are an integral part of the system, further interface will help us in understanding the system better. For our participants, if I can only indicate, this session has been recorded on our WebEx. We will upload it on YouTube very soon, probably in 3-4 days or couple of days, so that whatever has been stated by Mr. Goswami, you can revisit it. Now, as far as queries are concerned, I must indicate we have many queries. The queries are in the form of questions in relation to what Mr. Goswami has said. Some of them are suggestions to the bar associations, and some of them are overall suggestions. So what we can do is I can ask some questions which pertain to what Mr. Goswami has said. Rest of the suggestions we will put in the form of a record for our bar associations, and we'll take it up. We've taken all questions. So with Mr. Goswami's permission, just some questions I'll put. I may read out, and sir can indicate wherever we have suggestions. Those suggestions we will take it up with all stakeholders, because ultimately this will require discussion at various levels. So I'll just begin, sir. As I said, there are questions, there are suggestions, and there are comments. So questions sir can address today, and rest of them maybe in a further session you can come and you can get back to us.
Please.
Mr. Neeraj Shah, one of the first questions that was asked was, there should be some procedure to register online law firm in case they are not registered with Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. So that is one comment. If Sir Mr. Goswami wants to answer now or maybe later as well, because
I shall answer it now.
Right.
If you go to the registration of advocate, there is an option of display name. If you are not registered with Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, let your display name be by your firm. There is no matter, because how you want to display your name is up to you. You can be Yashwant Goswami, but you can be A and B Law Associates as a display name. So you can use that facility. Thank you.
Right. There was a comment that please give us presentation on how to put digital signature by Mr. Paresh Patkar. I think that you had put, that you have shown rather. And please let us know, this is a question from Mr. Paresh Patkar, please let us know whether filing of a case in PDF in which digital signature of both authorized signatory of the petitioner, plaintiff and the advocate on the record will be valid filing. Please indicate the same.
Yes. There are 2-3 ways to do it. Number one, you have exported a file to PDF wherein the verification portion, signature portion would be blank. Then your client comes and signs it. you can have that last page scanned and attached in replacement to the existing PDF page. This is one mode. But if your client is rather digitally equipped to have a digital signature and sign it, any PDF document permits multiple signatures. So you can have signature of your client. Additionally, you can add your signature. There is no problem. And you can add that document. There is no problem to it. So if your client does not is not equipped with the digital signature, in that case, you can scan that page and add as a last page, only last page, because do not scan because it involves cost. It's better to add last page. And ultimately, we believe advocates, as custodian of the record, we believe advocates that he has obtained the signature of the concerned client. And ultimately, at the time of verification, we are calling the client at the virtual counters and he is verifying it.
Right. Mr. Patkar has put a further question. The website does not show cases filed offline if the same are on lodging number and the same is not finally numbered. You can, sir,
Yes,
indicate now.
I shall explain. If we click on any, say, I do not have here cases. If you click on any cases, because I am not a registered advocate, therefore I cannot cross a particular boundaries. Otherwise, a regular advocates will have cases here. And the moment it clicks it, even here, if those are having filing numbers, automatically you will get all the details which you see through website. There is no problem about it. You can get what are the objections here on the e-filing portal as well. You can get what is the filing number. You can get what is the e-filing number. You can get what is the registration number. All stages are shown here. So it's a myth that you cannot see filing number or objections through the e-filing portal. All the details you can see here.
All right. Mr. Rishad Badani has asked, is an advocate/law firm required to register separately for original side and appellate side?
Once any law firm or any advocate is registered for any of the establishments of the High Court, it is registered for all.
All right. Mr. Dorman Dalal has asked, what happens in case of joint wakalatnamas? Can both advocates who have filed wakalatnamas upload documents in the same matter?
At present, you can scan your wakalatnama and upload. Number one. Number two, the moment your CIS entry shows there are more than one advocates, automatically the case will appear in your e-filing profile.
Advocate Nikki Pukar has asked, is registration required to be done at all high courts? Likewise, if I have registered once in Bombay High Court appellate side, then can I file for Nagpur bench original side or district court?
As far as appellate side rules and original side rules are concerned, other states, there are specific provisions that only the advocates who are practicing in Maharashtra can appear before the courts. There is a rule. Otherwise, they will have to obtain permission of the Chief Justice. You all know that there is a rule on the original side and appellate side rule as well. So, keeping in mind that rule, you can appear for all the benches if you are registered member of Maharashtra and Goa Bar Council. But if you are registered with the other state, probably you may have to seek appropriate approval of the appropriate authority before you get registered on this portal.
Right. Sir, Harsh has asked, is a new advocate required to register as an AOR with the registry first before creating an account for e-filing website?
It's not really necessary. You can go straight away on the link of the High Court of Bombay if you are registered with Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. The moment you are verified, your mobile number and email address is verified. After 3 hours, go to e-filing portal and register yourself.
Right. Meherzin Avasia has asked, how should a firm with multiple partners register itself? Should each partner register himself separately?
Yes, I shall tell. Number one, all the partners must be advocates to be shown in the database of High Court of Bombay. Number one. Number two, advocate must get himself registered on the portal of High Court of Bombay. Number 3, when he will enter the firm details, automatically there will be an option that you can add partners. The existing partner name will be shown. You cannot edit those existing name, but there is a provision to add multiple partners if and only if they are registered advocates. You are not audible.
I am sorry. There's a question from Ved and Associates. Can proprietary firm be registered along with name of associates with Bar Council?
That is something which Bar Council will have to answer.
Gitika has asked a question. There is a size limit to uploading a plaint, but what happens when the plaint is large in size?
That is what I have demonstrated, that you can upload multiple files.
That's right, sir. Siddharth Murarka has asked, proprietor and firm are one and the same as per the Supreme Court in my matter of firm being registered as AOR. Sir, if I can say, this is a comment, we'll put this and we'll discuss it.
Yes.
But the endeavor is to put all questions before you, which have been posted on the chat side. Rohit Sagdev has asked, can you please provide a soft copy or hard copy of e-filing manual? That, sir, uploaded, that we will, even as bar associations, will look into it. Then Mr. Delvi, MS Delvi has asked, can we also have a manual printed in hard and soft copy about entire operation of e-filing? Also, sir, this is something that we can sort out. You need not answer now. We'll look into it as bar associations as well. Neeraj Shah has put PDF size should be reasonable. So that's
see, this is something, because this must be addressed to. We were also discussing this. If you upload bunch of citations as an annexure along with the petition, it serves nobody's cause. If you upload all the citation at the time of submission, maybe the judges can have, honorable judges can have special attention. But if it comes as an annexure, you also ignore it while reading and we also ignore it while reading. So at the time of submission, it has a special reference where the point you are addressing.
Very well. Sir, another comment from Mr. Siddharth Murarka, bar associations must request the e-committee to upload all free apps used by the judiciary to be listed on High Court website. Again, sir, this is something which is a comment.
We use Linux platform that you may not use.
Another comment by Mr. Murarka, there should be demo of all freeware which must be there, which is again something that as bar associations we can certainly sit with all our members and work out modalities. Then Gitika has asked, when the plaint is about 300 pages, it is not possible to make the PDF of a reasonable size without compromising the quality of the PDF file.
It is something what I would, because I have experience, if you scan it, probably size would be larger. But if you export it to PDF without compromising the quality, you can have that much large size. And as I already stated, that you can have upload multiple files. If it is of larger size, there is no issue.
Right. Sir, Mr. Vipin Kamdi has asked, following on this, it will be difficult to export the annexures unless it is scanned. This point is required to be considered and guide accordingly to upload it as PDF.
There are certain annexures where there are inherent limitations to type, but 98% of the annexures can be typed. It will help you to point out as well. Judges would be comfortable to read the text. Otherwise, generally, a text which is less than 12 should not be appearing in the digital copies. Otherwise, we will have to magnify it. Judges may not be comfortable to read it, and ultimately, it is everybody's lost to see those minute letters.
Right. Mr. Rohit Sagdev has asked how to carry out amendments online.
Yes, this is a very important question. Right. If you see the interim SOP, it is mentioned that the standard operating procedure for pagination and standard operating procedure for amendment shall be revised soon. In my mind, whenever you have any document, we have a strike through feature and we have a footnote feature in the Word. So that can be used. Some portion, if deleted, that needs to be striked through, so that in the next version while appearing, everybody should note that previously there was such letter, there was certain paragraph which was deleted subsequently. This is one. Second, if something is inserted, then automatically in the footnote it can be added, inserted wide amendment dated so and so, allowed by order dated so and so. So in the updated version, you have 2-3 footnotes that para number 13 is inserted in the year 2020, para number 23A was inserted in the year 2021. And in the digital era, it is the versioning which we will have to digest ourselves. Version 1, version 1.1, version 1.2, version 1 has a separate hash value, version 1.1 has a separate hash value, and likewise.
All right, sir. Advocate Vishal, who is one of the participants, he has said his question is or comment is surname spelling in our bar ID is wrong. So after the registration of the e-filing portal, the wrong surname spelling has started appearing in filing as well as in the cause list after filing of new matters.
We can get it corrected. If somebody comes for our assistance, right away we can get it corrected.
Sure, sir. Advocate Vipin Kamdi has again put a question. A demo video should be made and kept in the Bombay High Court website for all these pointers to understand before and while filing. So this video itself will upload, and I think further videos are already part of the system, which I think Mr. Goswami has pointed out earlier in some earlier session.
Yes.
Mr. Rohit Sakdeva has asked, will it be necessary to scan a signed notarized petition? How will word conversion help?
There are 2-3 things. If something is notarized, we do not have digital notaries till the date. So whatever existing customary system of notaries is there, if the document has been notarized, scan that page and append that only those pages, so that size limitations can be handled. Number one. Number two, suppose you do not have notarized page, we are opening virtual counters to you. We will share link to the advocates. Advocate will share the link to the client. We will identify the client and he will be virtually verified. We will administer oath virtually to that client and then we will have the verification. So either way, you can explore both the avenues.
Advocate Abhijit Patil has asked, is this a Adobe Acrobat Pro DC software? What you were showing, sir, during the demonstration?
Because I am sharing a chair on behalf of the High Court of Bombay, I won't recommend any product from this chair.
I understand, sir. This was a question that was asked. I'm just going through all the questions. Mr. Neeraj has asked whether PDF notarized file or signature file are to be uploaded.
I have already answered this question,
Very
a question before.
Very well, sir. Siddharth Murarka has asked, Mr. Siddharth Murarka has asked, court fee is not accepted unless we have nationalized bank. Instead, have court fees in court account transferred to government at the end of the day. Again, it is a suggestion.
Policy level.
We'll discuss this. He's also suggested that we need to digitize decree warrant summons. It should be digitally signed. Again, this is something that we'll note in our minutes, what we have recorded for today's meeting. Rohit Sakdev has asked, preservation of original copy, who needs to do it?
Yes, as per interim SOP, see, if you have observed, the system of bench and bar is working with a trust, because there almost 98% of the annexures are signed as true copies, and everybody trusts because those are signed and verified by the advocate. So who the custodian is, is immaterial in this trust atmosphere. Till the date we were the custodian. Now, in view of this disruption and IT based applications, it may happen that for original documents, original agreements, the advocate is the custodian.
All right. Baid and Associates has asked, are signatures required in file as all may not have digital signatures?
There are three options given. Number one is your own token. Number two is free of cost Aadhaar based signature. And number three is OTP based signature. I must inform that option number 1 and 2, that is your token and Aadhaar based signatures, are secure digital signatures within the meaning of Information Technology Act, whereas OTP is only an electronic signature within the meaning of Information Technology Act.
All right. Mr. Siddharth Murarka has further suggested that we can upload draft issues with relevant page numbers to save time. Affidavits can also be uploaded. Again, this is something that within the system we can work on. Then Mr. Vipin Kamdi has asked, petitions, applications need to be verified, signed, court fees need to be fixed, stamp papers have to be signed. Then one has to scan them. Therefore, we cannot directly export the Word file into PDF of all these above finally prepared suits. These points be considered and guide us accordingly to upload it as PDF.
So I have already said that you type a document, export it to PDF. Now there is a signed page. Now you remove that last page and upload a scanned signed page so that size limitations are also handled, and ultimately it is a trust atmosphere which is working.
Then, sir, Mr. Neeraj Shah has asked, there is no option of proprietary/partnership details.
There is, I have already said that we have permitted registration of the firms which are permitted by the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. If tomorrow Maharashtra and Goa permits proprietary firms, there is no problem for us to allow them.
All right. Mr. Durga Prasad Halwai has asked, how to add more than one party in petitioners and or respondents?
There is a tab number 4 called extra parties, wherein the first option is select petitioner and add petitioner parties, save it. If there are multiple, save next, save next, save next. Then click respondent, then add respondent parties, save it next, save it next, save it next. That's it.
Advocate Haris Koradi has asked, what about court fees? Sir, I think that you have indicated. Anything additional if you would want to say, sir?
There are two options. One is online and another is offline. Suppose you visit GRAS portal, you pay the online court fees, then a challan is generated, you save the PDF copy and upload it. That's an offline thing. Suppose you want to pay online, there is an online copy as well. There are options of check, DD, challan, all the options are available. Last option is if you have purchased in the form of stamp paper, scan the stamp paper, annex along with the petition, go to filing counter, punch it.
Mr. Neeraj Shah has asked, age should not be a mandatory filter as we are not aware of the age of the opposite party.
Quite a few times it may happen that you may not be aware of the age of the parties. But in the present scenario, suppose we wish to know that how many senior citizens cases are pending. How do we gather that information? We wish to know how many women litigants are there. How do we gather that information? So even if you do not know, you can ask the client कि 30-40 के बीच का है कि 40-50 के बीच का है कि 50-60 के बीच का है. At least that much reasonable information one must have.
Mr. Raja Valecha has asked, what if there are more than one petitioner?
I have already answered that.
Right. Mr. Vipin Kandi has asked, BBA, AVI and Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa are requested to coordinate with ADOP at a reasonable price, again, within the
Yes.
is something that we will discuss. Advocate Rohit Sakdev has asked, once petition is filed, why to feed enter all details?
I understood the question. Question is, he wants to employ artificial intelligence to read the case files and extract all the details. That is something we would also like to. We are working on it. The moment that is achieved, we will relieve of this burden.
Mr. Neeraj has asked, instead of individual, take partnership firms or proprietary firms, as we can't add details. I think you have mentioned something about this, or anything further if you would want to say?
No.
He's also said or commented it should be relief sought instead of praise.
Yes, whatever nomenclature you are comfortable at, we will get that changed.
All right. All right. So just 1 minute. Mr. MS Delvi has said an SMS or WhatsApp service can be of great help. Again, this is something.
SMS service is already operational. If you want WhatsApp service, we may think of it.
All right. Rohit Sakdev has asked, all this feeding is already in a writ petition. This will be double work. Objection should be online is one more comment thereafter.
Objections are online because just keep in mind that we have a domain registered hcob.in with us, and through that domain we are simply sharing the files which are marked by the registry. Say paragraph number 25, limitation is not clarified. So para number 25 will be marked. There the registry can type and annotate on the document itself, and you can read that while sitting at the home.
Right. Advocate Vishal has asked how to remove multiple files from column 17 view options.
I have not understood that question.
I think so. That was during the presentation. Maybe we'll look into it again and have a word with Advocate Vishal. So just 1 minute. Advocate Ms. Farzana Behram Kamdin has asked, when you export from a Word document, you will not get the signed and notarized copy of the pleadings. Is that okay for e-filing purposes, or is a signed copy required, in which case scanning may be required?
The only thing you should do while exporting a PDF document is ensure that PDF/A standard is selected while exporting a document, number one. Number two, when you notarize a document, I already said that only the portion where notary signature and stamp appears, append that page to the existing petition. That will suffice the purpose, because ultimately a digitally signed verification of the advocate that he is having custody of the originals. Suppose I am the opposing counsel, say something Mr. Vishal Kanade has filed and I am the opposing one. So I found that there is something fishy in some, I may ask a e-discovery or e-inspection to Mr. Vishal, and if not satisfied, I may desire that Mr. Vishal may submit a physical document so that I can verify it. So it's a mutual inspection that can work out the things if I have any doubt.
Sir, these were questions by and large during your presentation. After the presentation as well, there are several questions which have been asked. I can put some of them. Rest of the questions, all of the participants can be rest assured we have made a note of all of it. We'll compile it and we will forward it to the registry. And sir, one question which was asked after the presentation by Mr. Kadam, Kshitij Kadam, what about registration of sole proprietary law firms? Do sole proprietary have to register with bar councils?
That is something between advocates and Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. The moment Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa permits, we will automatically receive data from Bar Council and we will allow that particular firm or individual or legal entity or non-legal entity, whatever it is.
All right. And Ms. Farzana Behram comes in as asked, if the pleading is notarized, the department insists that all pages must have signatures and notary stamps. How does one last sign?
that we can have virtual counter verification that I have already explained, that if the client comes for a minute or two and he says that I know this petition, I have verified it, I have received the copy and that is original, is correct, then that's
Very well. Sir, there are more questions. We have a certain time limit on the session which will expire in some time.
okay.
What I can request is we'll make a list of all balanced questions. None of the questions which have been asked will be excluded. They'll be put before the registry as suggestions from members of our bar, advocate, solicitors, and advocate on records as well. So this will put, but sir, if I may indicate, we will need one more or maybe more than one session with you, preferably physically as and when courts open, and we are all hoping that this will happen sooner rather than later.
It's a privilege and honor.
You could come amongst us and we could have a further session to probably take from where we have left today.
Thank you.
With this, we can end today's session. Before I conclude, again, on behalf of the Advocates Association of Western India, Bombay Bar Association, and Bombay Incorporated Law Society, we would like to sincerely thank Mr. Goswami for being here and for answering all the questions, giving the presentation. And we hope to meet him again in the near future so that all these issues can be streamlined. I would also like to thank all the participants who have joined us in such large numbers in order to make this presentation a success. A video of this will be uploaded soon. Thank you so much for being with us. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.